Well, I think we have the only boat on the river this morning.
Well, I guess pissing down rain discourages people. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but I hope the salmon gods like us.
There's some there. We have multiple boxes of multiple things. That's the one I was fishing with Kastine there.
Yeah, that's mine. Put that one on.
This is yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's giving away my good flies.
I don't know how that could have happened. How's your eyes, Mike? Mine aren't good this morning.
What pound fish you got on there?
That's 10, I think. Is that okay?
Yep.
Thanks, Terry. You see any fish moving yet, Terry, this morning?
Oh, I've seen a barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen a lot jumping there. Some nice ones. Not huge, but like 12 pounders and that.
Yeah, that's okay. Big fish, is it like on this river, I know the Lomond, big fish early, right? It's the same thing here?
Same thing here, yeah. The big fish come first, and then is the main run of grills. Got to get you in that perfect spot, Steve.
I appreciate that. Man, this is nice out here. Considering what I drove through to get down here, this is good. I thought we were going to be in a monsoon. So and fish here down through, like?
I want you to be dropping it down in this black water.
Okay.
From right here, as far as you can cast, but this is like the sweet spot.
Okay, so right kind of the edge of the foam here,
yeah,
out
like
into the
right
big
here,
foam.
within 6 feet of the boat.
Yeah.
Right out to as far as you can cast.
The slick and then the far side of the slick, I guess, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But this all these black windows.
Yeah.
You put your fly there and hang on.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
And you can let it swing around like a wet fly when you're done.
Okay. Is that the line though, kind of there, or farther out?
Yep, but just keep working it out like a foot at a time.
Yeah. Right down there. Yeah, there he is. Well, you know, I've covered everything over the years. I was a columnist at the Globe and Mail for a long time. So I've covered literally any sporting event you can mention. And I got to see the world, which is nice. I do a lot of baseball these days because of where I work, because of Sportsnet.
Okay. The Blue Jays is... What do you think of the Blue Jays? They're going to turn it around a little bit?
Yeah, no, they're a playoff team for sure. It's just a matter of the big game yesterday. They were down, what, 8-3 and came back 1 10-9 against the Yankees. That was a big one.
That was a big win. The Yankees have been...
Yankees having a crazy start, but...
Yeah.
But we'll see where they are. October is what matters. Oh,
that was a big fella.
Oh, and I was pulling back. I was just about to retrieve.
I shouldn't have said a word. I'm telling you.
Oh.
That was a big
One
fish.
of those days, buddy.
Ah! You feel him?
Nope.
How long have you been fishing, Steve?
Well, I've been fishing all my life. Started with fishing with my dad when I was a kid, like trout fishing back home in Ontario. But I started salmon fishing when we came out. Well, actually, salmon fishing is what got me out here. The first part. I was hired to write a magazine article for Outdoor Canada.
Okay.
And they asked me, I ran into the editor at the magazine awards one year, and he knew I was an angler, and he said, would you like to write a story for me? And I said, I'll send you anywhere you want to go fish for anything you want to fish for in Canada. And so I said, look, I've never Atlantic salmon fished in my life, and I'd love to do that. Sounds like it's great. And I've never been to Newfoundland. So I said, I'll get back to you. And like 6 months later, I got a call from him. He said, I got a trip for you to fish the Humber River in Newfoundland. And you're going to meet this guy. You fly out to Deer Lake and meet this guy at the airport, and there'll be a photographer there waiting for you as well. So I flew into Deer Lake, and the rain is coming down in cold sheets. So they said, the river's blown up. Give it a couple days, and come back, and then it should be fishable. So the nature photographer said, I got to shoot some stock footage. You can, we'll just come with me and we'll hang out for a bit. And we drove up and down the Northern Peninsula for 3 days, and it blew my mind. Like, it was just crazy. So, you know, up in St. Anthony with the whales and playing around in off the point there, and it was fantastic. And my wife says, I don't remember, but she claims I called her from the Woody Point Motel where we were having breakfast in Grosse Morne, and said, we got to come back. We got to buy a house out here. Oh, Jesus. Will you stop it?
Oh.
Why did I know that was going to happen? You've done this before, haven't you? So you're playing him super aggressively just to get him in, get him out?
Yeah. Yeah. I try to play them fairly fast. I figure the quicker you can get them in. Oh, the fly come out of him right at the perfect time.
Popped it right out for you. Yeah, that's great. You don't even know how to handle them. The next summer I came back with my family. We came back, and I was writing for the Globe and Mail then. And I talked them into letting me write a story about the regatta in St. John's.
Oh, okay.
The Royal St. John's Regatta. And then we drove over, and with nothing really in mind. And we were in Rocky Harbor in the park, and sitting there having dinner. And I sent my kids out to buy a newspaper, so that tells you it's long enough ago you could go and buy a newspaper. And there was a little 3-line ad in the paper that said cabin for sale.
And that's why you bought up in Woody Point.
Yeah, and my wife said, you know, why don't you call just out of curiosity, you know, like we didn't really have a plan or anything. So we called that night, and the lady answered and said, yep, I just put it in today, and I've had a bunch of calls already, and why don't you come around in the morning? So we did that, and then my wife, after I hung up the phone, my wife said, you know, if you're serious about this, why don't we should just go over right now. So we drove, you know that drive in the park, right? We threw all the moose, and whoa, there's a big fish.
There's a big guy.
We drove through the night in the fog and the moose, all the way around. It's about an hour, and it was dark, and sat in the kitchen of this little tiny 100-year-old house, and I wrote her a check. It's the most impulsive thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, another one. Oh,
and he wants it. Said, you know, like, what's the house look like? And I said, well, I'm not really sure. It was dark. But yeah, that was the beginning of it. So I've been here, that was 1999. Been here ever since.
wow.
And I've become a passable salmon fisherman.
Ah! That was a nicer fish.
Oh, man. That fly's gone.
Took the flying off.
No, he took it right at, I was just about to retrieve. He was on the dangle. So lesson learned. I don't know what the lesson is. Let it dangle.
Let it dangle for. I'm gonna try this one. Oh, I tied this one up.
Tell me it was a little fish.
Oh, he was a good one.
Yeah. No, and he wanted it.
Yeah, he came hard for it.
Yeah, it came hard. No, as I say, it was just half a second, and and he takes it and does his job, and I'm flailing around here. But oh man. Okay. It's fishing, right?
Huh?
Tell me that happens.
That's the first time I've seen it this often.
Jesus. Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
I know that. What's that? It's little. That was like a trout or something.
Oh, was it? Okay,
yeah, the trout in there?
It was a par, but when I
Yeah.
saw your line go, I thought it was a salmon.
No, it wasn't a salmon.
Okay. Sure. Sometimes they just touch it.
That is a salmon. Okay, I quit. I retire. I don't know. Like what you tell me.
They don't like you.
You tell me.
Keep
Wet fly,
going.
got tight. I have no explanation.
Yeah, sometimes they just nip it. They just don't get it.
Yeah, because I was on him. He was tight. Maybe that first one was that little tap wasn't a par.
No, it wasn't. Guaranteed. When I saw your line, I knew a par wouldn't make your line do that.
Okay.
Your line like pulled.
Jesus, perfect.
But I mean, the second time you
Oh,
did.
I was on.
Yeah, you did nothing. He was.
Oh my God. I give. I give.
All right, I'm gonna bring you down on goozies. We'll be back here. Perfect release.
Well, yeah, moving fish, touching fish,
It would be.
sticking in about hooking the fish. It's just that last step. Eluding me today.
If we were there all morning and hadn't moved anything,
That'd be no fun.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
be so much fun. That's the rock we usually go out on.
Ooh.
It's a bit, looks like the water's after coming up with it.
It's a little high for me.
Yeah, so if you think you can get out to this rock?
Okay, I might. Yeah, I'll take a look.
So I'd go right out to the edge and just start short.
Dry fly or wet fly?
I'd start with a wet fly.
Okay.
And
And
go
so the lie in here is
they'll be in really close and as far as you can cast without hooking the trees behind you.
right.
Right.
Okay.
So
if I backhand it, I can throw upstream a little bit, right?
yeah, and if you go this way, with a dry fly, you can fish up here.
Okay.
All up to you now.
Fish on. Ah. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Jesus, Murphy. It's our little secret. How are you? Yes, but I cannot tell a lie, but yeah. Lost him? Yeah. That was unreal. No, I cannot tell a lie. Yeah. I don't know, almost got like twice on wet fly hookups, just tight, gone. So I don't know. Maybe I need to change, but on the dry flies, I was a coffee short this morning for sure.
I got coffee.
Yeah, good. I knew you would. Yeah. I'd love one, but I'll fish out this.
You keep fishing. It'll take me a couple minutes anyway.
Oh, okay. It's a lovely little spot here. Yeah, this is hard to live with.
Won't do this for everyone.
That's good.
After losing that many fish this morning, I got a video.
That's a deep hole there.
It's deeper than you think.
Yes, I saw your stick go all the way down. I was like, oh
Yeah, well,
God.
that's when the stick goes down to the handle. It's not good.
No,
Oh,
that's
man.
danger zone.
What a flipping morning.
How are ya?
How you doing?
Good. It's so nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Back to the island.
Yeah, it's good to get back here. Getting back this early is really, it's, you know, I might have to make a habit of this.
You want to net this one?
No.
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 Any sea lice? Go on. Just let him jump.
Okay. Be nice. Well, we found something. It's just I didn't get it.
Fish there for like,
Yeah.
you know, an hour, hour and a half, and then we
Finish up there. Yeah.
go back up and fish.
Okay.
But this is really good too.
Okay.
I love it here. I never used to because of it's a big body of water and it's hard to fish, hard to learn it.
It's a good place to be with someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I appreciated being with people who know what they're doing today on every level, on the boat and in terms of the fishing. And I almost held up my end. I tried.
You did a good job.
I did my best.
You did.
I did my best. I touched a lot of fish, disturbed a lot of fish, but yeah, no, it's an awesome day fishing. It really was, and like I know this is just the beginning of the run here. It's going to be this. Yeah. I can't imagine what this is like when that river's full.
Yeah, I'd say another week or so, or even 2 weeks, it'll be fantastic.
Well, this is the beginning of my salmon season, so.
So you come over here every year.
Yes,
For
I
how
do.
long now?
We've been here since 2000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I've been fishing since 1999 then, and salmon fishing. I've been fishing all my life, but salmon fishing since 1999. And we've had the house since 2000, and I come out here a little earlier this year. Got out in early June this year, which is
I
fantastic.
lured you out with the
You did.
promise of good salmon.
Yeah, that was very much a part of it. I was sitting there. I had to make a choice. You know, I was going to go home. I was halfway here, come out, and. But yeah, but always the months of July and August, except in the pandemic, of course. So. And
you're coming out to do the Writers' Festival at Woody Point?
Yeah, I come out. We live in the community there in Winterhouse Brook, right next to Woody Point, and we've got a lot of great friends there. And the Writers' Festival and all of the stuff at the Heritage Theatre there is kind of something that evolved over time, starting in 2000. We're in our 19th year of that festival.
Oh wow!
So it's weird. It's kind of like having another job when you're not supposed to be doing a job.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I have kind of a parallel. I like kind of having a parallel life that I disappear from my other life and come here. And some of the people in my other life know about this, but not all of them. And some of the people here know about my other life, but not all of them. Well, I worked for Sportsnet, Rogers Sportsnet. I worked for the Globe and Mail for many years. I was the lead sports columnist there. But for the last 11 years, I've been with Rogers Sportsnet. So I do radio, and I do television, and I write for them for their website. And yeah, it's a great job in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fun job. Again, I've become a very hardcore sports guy. That time of my year, spend a lot of time around the baseball team, especially around the Jays. Go to spring training every year, and but I also, that other life. I have a river 20 minutes from my house in Ontario, a nice little trout, beautiful little trout stream. Yep, so I can bog off there on a summer evening or a June evening when the hatch is on, and I like to go warm places in the winter and fish in those places if I can get away. So every once in a while, anywhere. We used to go to I was covering a lot of Super Bowls back in the day. And other guys golfed and I didn't golf, but I fished everywhere where there was a Super Bowl. So all kinds of different fishing, right? But whatever they had on the go, on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, I'd fish. So
that's awesome.
Fished all over the place.
You can find fish everywhere.
It's a funny thing. You can, and fishermen. There's always somebody who'll tell you what to do.
Yeah, the time goes pretty quick.
Yeah. So if I can do that, and and then check back into life after that for a little bit. So yeah, it's awesome. It's an amazing place. This province has been very, very good to me and my family.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you guys are back again, and
it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing for us.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're back, and thanks for coming out and fishing and filming with us.
Oh,
Hope we didn't turn it into work
Oh
for
no,
you.
what a pleasure. No, thanks for putting up with me. I'm sorry I didn't get you enough video of like fish in pan.
It was awesome.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, we will. For this episode, we are proud to partner with Coleman's Grocery, colemans.ca, Marble Mountain, skimarble.com, and Outdoor Pros, outdoorpros.ca.